And if not,
Alright,
we're good to go.
Hello everyone, welcome back. We have had the roughest start to this stream to date. We're finally here, so welcome back to the Lich's Archives with Inflict Heroics. We're just gonna jump into it. So, last we left off, my friends, you guys have finished up your business in Faypond, and you have hired a barge with the lovely Riverick and his full pole people that took you down the Black River to Black Hollow. You have a couple of things there, namely Ko's newest friend, Hothar, the sentient necklace, as well as direct orders from your patron, your employer, Matthias Millsworn. Couple of things happened on your adventures. The most notable one was on the first day, you guys dug a body out of the river, and it seemed to match the same pattern of murders when it comes to this group called the Rats. And then besides that, there was a small encounter with some gnolls and a giant, but with some clever use of spells and the ability to put the cleric to the boat with water walk, you guys were able to speed past this and get out of there without having too much issue.
I would like to say that I think Dottie deserves the MVP because that beaver went to town.
Yes,
on some logs.
and the use of a beaver familiar to break the logs also came in clutch. But besides, all of that, you guys managed to arrive in the town of Black Hollow. A couple of things that you did note is there is a very large warship from Sigwolf parked. Well, sorry, not parked, harbored at this harbor. I'm not doing the best word choices. We'll get into that. You guys also split up. You ended up with Assi and Arod going to Spark Me Timbers Inn, which fit well with Arod, as you just need to keep drinking to have your rooms comped. And then we also had Shalsha and Assi go off to the embassy to get paid. And that's where we are jumping in. Not my smoothest recap, but it is what it is. So, at this point, it is getting a little later into the day. We're just creeping past noon. The sun is starting to pass its zenith. Still, the town of Black Hollow is a very shady place throughout all of this. Black Hollow is constructed in a bay, and there's a very large tree called the Black Hollow tree. It casts shade over most of this place. Shalsha and Assi, we're gonna start with Kor and Arod. You guys are currently in Spark Me Timbers. It is on the docks. It is a very loud place, a very busy place. People are encouraged to keep drinking. There are people stuffed into this place. There's a couple of tables here and there where you are able to get your own place if you want, or you can join any of the other tables. It's a very welcoming space as everyone is just drinking freely. Outside, even if you were to get kicked out of here, you're able to keep drinking. There's people stacked against the outside of this place, and they're still being served booze. You can hear people outside calling, you hear more ships coming, you hear bells ringing. The smells of, I don't want to say unwashed people, but exactly that is mixing with the salty air. It is an aroma that will put hair on your chest and stick with you long after you leave the harbor district. What do you think you guys are doing? How are you guys fitting in?
Probably sitting at the bar. I've got an ale in my hand and I offer a cord. You want one? Are you sure? It's on me.
You remember what happened the last time I drank?
Yeah, but I'm here. I'll keep an eye on you. Besides, I want to talk to you.
Well, talk away. Maybe we can order something sweet.
Do you want something sweet?
Yeah, let's see if they have something sweet. I'll try it.
Of course. Hey, excuse me. Excuse me. Can I get some service, please?
Turn toward you, same barkeep that gave you your rooms. Big, burly guy. Beard that's kind of braided. Almost looks like a very tall dwarf, and he's just he has a couple of mugs in his hands. He turns toward you, and he just like gives you a nod, like, "What's up?"
Got anything sweet on the menu by any chance?
Sweet. Looking for something to drink or something to eat?
What you think, Accord?
Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, sweet. Got some pie we could get. As for drinks, we got some ale as well. Or mead. Mead probably a lot sweeter than that.
Take one of each, the mead and the pie.
Mead and
For my
pie.
friend here. On me.
You got
How
it.
much do I owe you?
It's just part of the room.
Oh, wow, I really like this place. I found a good place.
At this point, you've been here for a little bit. You probably have like 3 or so drinks just stacked to the side.
Yeah.
Right, this one's on the house. It'll be just a minute. Just want to disappear for a little bit.
Hey, Core.
What's up?
Do you trust Hertha?
Covers his ears.
Well enough? I mean, gotta spend some time with it. Her? It? I'm not sure.
I don't know either. It's just the thing goes into people's heads. It came. I mean, we pulled it off of Bolar. What could he possibly want with something like this? I don't know. Something in my gut's telling me this is nothing but bad news.
As
Oh,
you're
you know,
saying this, A-Rod, you do see like a light within a green light that's like pouring out from beneath Ko's armor.
I mean, you can just ask her,
I prefer to keep things out of my head. I'm not fully comfortable with that. I mean, I'll trust your judgment on this one.
I mean, anyway, I mean, if she turns out to be something bad, it's something that we can deal with.
I hope so. I really do.
Don't worry about future problems.
I like the way you think, and I'll tink my glass against yours.
As you're saying this, the barkeep shows up and he puts a very large slice of pie, almost the size of Ko's head, just slides it towards both you as well as like 2 forks, and he puts down a very large tankard as well. Wooden construction, held together with a couple of iron bands here and there. The cups in this area, as you've been drinking around for quite a bit, they're well maintained, but they're also very, very worn. It is probably the smoothest wooden tankard you've ever seen.
Okay. And the second thing I wanted to talk to you about, it's a little more personal. And
Okay.
you can't tell anybody. Please don't. I'm confiding in you, only because I feel like I have to tell somebody.
Oh, I can trust it. I can keep a secret. Don't worry about that.
Thank you. I kind of, sort of, maybe might have feelings for Assy.
Really?
I mean,
What kind
we've
of
been through
feelings?
so much together, and listen, before I met you guys, even before Assy, I was a different person. I wasn't a good person at all. I did a lot of things I'm not proud of. And she knows all that. And she's never once talked down to me. She's never made me feel like less of a person because of it. She's just always accepted me for who I am, and I don't know, there's something about that. We're kindred spirits. I don't know. I don't really know what to do. Do I say something, or do I just drown it in alcohol? As I start knocking back my ale.
Well, I'm not sure if drowning yourself in alcohol is like a good idea. Like what kind of feelings?
Yeah, just something.
I'm not exactly experienced in the whole feelings thing.
I know, but you're
Or
trustworthy.
anything really.
You're trustworthy, though. So I feel like I could confide in you.
I appreciate it. Just wanted you to keep in mind that you are talking to someone really young. I
Yeah.
think maybe you forget that sometimes.
I think maybe I do. Still, thank you for listening.
Well, anytime.
Enjoy your pie.
I'll try the mead and You know what? Let me think on it for a bit. Maybe I can come up with some good advice. I'm not sure.
You got all the time you need, friend. I'll give you a pat on the back.
No, I'll think to Hertha. What do you think? I don't know anything about any of this.
You hear Hertha's voice. Again, it's a very sort of airy voice. Almost sounds like everything's spoken on like a single breath as it just kind of comes through. I don't think your friends want me. And I don't
not
really
about that.
care about what it is that you or they desire. You should focus on yourself. You have bigger concerns than this.
Yeah, but that's not really something that I can do anything about at this moment.
We should go for a walk.
Can I finish this mead? It kind of tastes good.
Oh, it's not
Like honey.
It is.
The pie
It is
isn't
very good mead, by the way. This is probably like the sweetest mead you've ever had. If Avon was to try it, he'd be like, "This is."
Juice.
I've never
Yeah,
had
it's too
mead.
much. Like, what the hell? But yeah, as you think that, like, you just feel very content. You can enjoy your drink. You almost feel encouraged to take your time. You know, you feel very at ease. Especially, like, this entire time that you've had Hertha, you have felt more relaxed, more confident in yourself. Every choice you've made has been just what you've had to do in the moment.
One more question, Hertha. Can you taste what I'm tasting?
Sometimes, if I want to.
Neat. Oh, neat. You should try to do that. I mean, if you can't experience the world through your own sense of taste, then enjoy mine.
Get that feeling of contentness again.
I'm gonna fall quiet for a bit and just think about like what A-Rod was saying, and if I can think of anything wise.
Alright, well, if you need a moment or two to think, I'm going to jump over to the other two, if that's okay with you guys.
Yeah.
Alright, Assy and Shalasha, you guys have just gotten paid. You have this bag of coins that I believe Assy has thrown away, and you guys were instructed to move on with your day, to not clog it. So, where are you two headed?
I want to retrace my steps and go back to the embassy there.
Okay, Assy, are you sticking with him, or where are you off to?
Dude, where are you going?
I'm gonna see if I can contact someone inside. There's something supposed to be waiting for me.
I
So
think
I'm just-
like that's still gonna be a couple of days. Like didn't they say that would take like a week?
I'm not
like
exactly
3 days.
certain what he can do or what he set up. I just know I'm supposed to contact someone. So I'd rather,
Okay,
yeah,
well,
maybe it's best if we just go back to the.
no, you go do that. I'm not gonna get involved though. Oh, I guess I'll see you back at the inn.
I think I'll rest on it. A day's not gonna kill me. We're in town. It's well guarded.
Are you sure? You seem pretty gun-ho about this a second ago.
Yeah, I'm just. There's been a lot on my mind as of late.
Oh,
I
you
think
want
we
me to
just.
help carry any of these burdens on your brain? Or what? You know. I don't. Do you have a brain? You don't have anything. You just.
Used to. It was a.
I will
Honestly,
listen to any thoughts rattling around inside your empty skull if you think it'll help.
you know how disconcerting it is to like when I actually underwent the pact, I had to scoop up my own organs. You know that?
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah. Like the body starts to decay rapidly, so the brain starts oozing out. So I'm taking just chunks. I'm just throwing it into these urns. It's an experience.
I have some questions. Like, you made a pact?
To become undead. Yeah, it's not like I fell ass backwards into a giant lich book.
So you chose to be a skeleton thing?
Yeah,
I mean, like, personally, I'm staring down the barrel of maybe I'm gonna say like roughly probably about 500 years. Okay, like if we go half an hour, like dwarven ancestors, sometime 300ish years, elf 700, split the difference, say 500ish. That seems like too much for me. Like, am undead forever?
something that. Do you know how long we've been together? Us as a group.
I don't know, a month or so?
I've been alive. I've seen over 8,000 come and go. I've been around a long time.
You're 8,000 years old?
Months. I'm 714.
Louise.
I've been alive a long time. And there's still. Have you ever had this nagging feeling in the back of your head that you're looking for something, but you can't quite place it, you can't find it?
Honestly, no. Like, I've had feelings that... And as we're talking, like, I'm leading you through the district, and I'm trying to find, like, a cryostone or a place that, like, looks like I could pick up some gossip.
Yeah, there's quite a few firestones that you're going around.
So I'm just like vaguely paying attention to that as I'm talking to just as a side note, yeah.
Yeah, I can tell you what you pick up at the end.
I'm keeping us walking through the shopping district, and I'm also keeping my eye out for just any sort of trinket that catches my eyes. So, okay, I've had the feeling that I shouldn't be where I am, and that like I need to move. I need to keep going. Every time I've loved somebody, I felt like if I don't leave, all the bad stuff about me will rub off on them.
I mean, I don't think that's really fair for you. I know I come off as a bit of a dick.
A bit? Okay, Bone Daddy,
I've been alone a very long time. I've loved one person, and foolishly I lost them. I kind of shut myself off. Didn't think I was deserving of it. So I spent my entire life, searching for something I could never put my finger on, I could never identify, in the hopes that whatever's been pulling me is going to be some great redemption, some reason to sacrifice my family's beliefs, my beliefs. At this point, I feel like there's no point in giving up after how much time I've already invested.
I don't think you're gonna get redemption like that. Redemption isn't something that you look for and like, oh, suddenly it's not gonna be like an amulet in a tomb. It's not gonna be like a golden chalice that you win in a tournament fight. It's something like that. It's just eventually you're redeemed. That's just my thinking, anyways. Hey, do you think Avod would like this? And I pull out a shirt for you. He's got his last one's getting a little ratty, don't you think?
I'm being honest, I think he'll like anything that you give him.
The merchant behind the stall is like, they will absolutely love it. That is one of our finest shirts. Silk, straight from Sigwolf.
Oh really? What makes Sigwolf silk so great?
Well, you understand, of course, that they have the giant moths, so this is just something that has been a single strand.
That's actually kind of impressive. Do you have anything in like some neutral color, like a light tanny color with emerald green?
Emerald green. Yes, we can get one of those. And they'll pull out a couple. One is just like, you know, a very kind of like pale, almost like a mint green. One that is more of like a bright emerald green. Another is like a beige. And then another one that's like brown with like a little bit of like flare. With green thread that just kind of like lines the collar as well as like lines the hems of it. I don't know, short parts, the bottom, the sleeves. You know what I'm saying?
What color are Arod's markings again? They're green, aren't they? Or were they blue?
Yeah, they're green.
Yeah, bright green or like dull green?
Dark.
Dark?
Yeah, like forest green.
Does he have anything that's like got like dark green detailing on it?
His face.
I want to find a silk shirt that has like green to it that matches Arod's markings.
Yeah, they'll be able to pull out. You'll recognize something that looks very similar to what it is that you're describing.
I want it like more practical side, you know, like a very simple shirt with just like some green on the hems, you know.
For sure, they'll be able to produce that for you.
How much will it cost?
Little bit more expensive for these, about 50 silver.
50 silver? Do you have anything similar but with copper instead?
Copper?
Yeah, like a something that matches my hair.
You want wig? I'm not.
No, a shirt that has like the trim on it.
Ah, yes.
You know,
They'll pull out something else.
that way me and my friend we match.
For both, 90 silver.
90 silver. And I want to get a nice ribbon and make it an even gold.
Even gold. Fantastic. And what about you, tall and handsome?
Can I'd like to look around and see if anything kind of catches my eye.
I mean, they have just a wide variety of shorts, tabards, tunics, a couple of things with pants, but everything here is like mostly silk. And the vast majority of stuff here would be browns and reds. But they do have, a couple of other, darker things like, for instance, the copper or the beige. But you wouldn't find, like, purple, for instance.
Sorry, I don't think so.
Of course, no problem. And they'll pack up your things and they'll, pass it towards you and hold out their hand for the gold.
Yeah, I pay them over gold. What color ribbon did I get?
Whatever color you want.
Whatever color I
If
want?
not, it's red.
I'm gonna go with the green ribbon.
A green ribbon. You got it.
Awesome.
Nine.
Well, while we were walking around and talking, did we hear? Was there anything of note on the cryo stones?
Yes. On the cryo stones, the last things that have come up is there is mention of the warship, which is the Shadow's Bane, and it mentioned that there are 12 paladins of the flame. They are investigating the motors, and they're also offering the use of healing spells and protection for anyone that is willing to come forward or in need of aid. There is mention of a couple of orcs that are wanted, as well as descriptions of them, and I can provide those if you want it.
I'm curious about that. Like, I'm curious.
It's 10 wanted orcs with varying tattoos.
Do any of them strike me as even like vaguely familiar?
Make a history check.
A history check.
Yeah.
Ugh. History.
What was the name
Oh,
of
I'm
the-
friends in history.
What was the name of the warship again, real
Not
quick?
20 plus 4.
The Shadow's Bane.
Okay.
What did you get, Assie?
Not 20 plus 4. Thank you, little opal die.
You don't recognize like any of the descriptions per se, but you do recognize the description of the tattoos. It sounds like the vast majority of them are from the Red Jaws clan, but there's also a Blue Hands that is wanted.
Okay. So red jaws and blue hands mostly. Got it.
One Blue Hand in particular.
One blue hand?
And 9 red jaws that have been described.
Red jaws and a blue hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Besides that, there's mention of the coming election, and apparently that a bunch of the council members are supposed to be showing up within a month. And just, there have been a couple more motors, and that is, again, the main reason why their ship is here. And there's supposed to also be some live debates going on. If you guys would be interested in that, you can always ask about it. But besides that, just debates, a couple of people wanted, so on and so forth. Is there anything in particular that you might be interested in? Because, like, this is a broadcast, right? So there are people coming on, there's people talking, there's news being written. The one main thing you notice here in Black Hollow that hasn't happened in the other towns is there's a lot more opinion pieces being written. It's not just one voice and it's not on a loop, it's almost like live radio. And whenever the thing ends, it usually ends with someone saying, "May the flame be with you," "May the light keep you," something like that is like a reoccurring signature that happens.
Okay.
And they go back, they repeat the news, another person jumps on, and they'll begin with something along the lines of, "In today's news, you should be aware," and it'll go on and it'll talk about like a spooky story or something. And the general theme is usually keep your doors locked, don't trust the shadows, right? But it's told through like the lens of, so this happened. This is a true story, you can trust me. And if you want those stories, I can always give them to you, but for the sake of brevity, that's just the general tone that's been reoccurring.
Matthias wants us to look into things here, yeah?
Seems to be the plan.
I think maybe that a good place to start might be the debates. Get an idea of like what people give a shit about here.
Wouldn't be a bad idea.
I mean, otherwise we're gonna be hunting down some ghost stories. I don't know how helpful any of them would be, and if we get involved in any of these like murders going on, trying to investigate any of that, I feel like we're gonna be stepping on some religious toes, and I'm not sure we want to do that.
No, I'm honestly a little weary. I'm honestly a little weary of the flame. I understand that it's a fairly important town to them, but the amount of I really don't like how that guard acted. Like it feels like they're trying to prepare for something. They're anticipating something.
Well, I mean, to be fair, there have been a lot of murders here lately, you know? So, you can't exactly blame them for being cautious.
No, I suppose not. It's just
You're right,
I'm-
I don't like how that guy was either.
yeah, I suppose I might be overthinking it. But that's not something that like we came with a body. We returned a body from presumably the religion. We come with paperwork and everything. It's like obviously we're not fucking around. We're not trying to pull the wool over their eyes. We're here on business, a mutually beneficial business, and that's a kind of welcome we get. I just feel like there's something else that we can't see. Maybe you and A-Rod do a little sleuthing. Gotta keep your ears to the ground.
I mean, we're good at sneaking around.
I'm not the sneakiest, so I'm hoping one of us is.
And let's be honest, I'm probably the most charismatic out of all of us.
I am like a brick to the face. I understand.
Meanwhile, I did have to take a couple of eloquent lessons when I was younger. At first, like,
You were that kind of person.
well, I mean, it was okay. So my parents had a couple of sons, and then me. And they thought, oh, we'll have a daughter. We'll make her really cute, and she'll be lovely, and she'll marry nice into a good family. And I kind of didn't like that. I prefer to just hang out in the forge with my siblings. So after a couple of lessons, they kind of gave up. But you know.
The intent was there. They want
I
you to be
do know which folk is which at a fancy dinner, though, so, you know.
they want you to be a docile little, pretty little one.
I don't think they ever wanted me to be docile. Like, they never stopped me from doing things. They just...
At this point, you guys do arrive back at the Spark Me Timbers Inn.
Why? Hold on a sec. Why are we staying at the inn?
I don't know. This is one Avod picked. You let me
Realize
know.
we have a tower, right?
Yeah, but we can't just set it up inside a city.
No, we'll just go to the edge of the city.
You want
Like,
to stay here. Do you not want to stay in the inn?
I mean, I'm not saying that. It's just like, if we're presumably paying money, we could be just in our own space with no problem.
Well, I guess we're gonna find out. And I loop my arm through yours, and I tow you in, and I sit down right next to A-Rod. So, how much are the rooms here?
Already taken care of.
That doesn't answer the question.
If you drink, you get some rooms.
And I turn back to Saltra. We stay for free as long as he's drunk.
1 second. Yes, Cole?
Before they had shown up, I wanted to actually say something to A-Rod.
Yeah.
After I finish my meat and polish off probably most of the pie.
Yeah.
So, I think I'm going to go pee and take a short walk, but before I do, I wanted to say this. You're an adult, and you can make your own decisions. But keep this in mind. Well, several things in mind. We are in a very dangerous profession. We may not live very long. If you decide to keep this to yourself, you're right, you probably will just drink your worries away. That will, I think, do nothing more than slowly kill you and probably eat at your soul, I want to say. Is that the right wording?
Yeah,
Okay.
close enough.
And if you do decide to say something, the worst she can say is no. that's really no big deal. You'll still be friends. It's just a no.
You know what? Thank you, Corey. That helped. Enjoy your walk, little buddy.
Last words of wisdom. This is just what something that I heard overheard in one of the bars we were in. Men like for a woman to be their first love, but keep in mind that a woman wants a man to be her last romance.
I'll keep that in mind.
I'll be back in like an hour or so.
Enjoy your walk, man.
I will, thanks.
No problem. Glad
Thanks
you
for the
enjoyed the
drink.
mead.
It was tasty.
Do you guys mind if I go with Cole very quickly and then we'll jump back to you guys?
Yeah.
Alright.
Fucking go for it, my dude.
Cool. Where are you going? What's the plan?
Oh, just a short walk.
Short walk, right? Come out into the hollow. As soon as you get out, Hortha kind of begins the conversation.
Yeah, I kind of guessed you wanted to have a private talk.
It's private for me, no matter what.
Well,
I need to
private-ish.
go east.
How far east?
Into
do
the
you know-
ocean.
Into the ocean. Wow.
You can
Okay.
find me a ride? Perhaps one of the paladins? Or you can cast me into the ocean. It matters not. But this
I
is
thought-
where we part ways.
I thought you needed to find this Yastrid.
I'll find it. But are you going east?
Well, we will be. I mean, the town that we're at, Milscar is on the east.
You guys are also
the
on the
continent.
east coast. The only thing east from here is ocean.
Oh, okay. Black Hollow
Yeah.
is like on the east.
Yes.
Okay.
Same with Milscar is south.
Okay. So wait, Hertha, is Yastrid a place or a person? I thought it was a person.
It is. They are. Champion of the fall.
What fall?
The season of fall. The quote of fall.
Okay. Okay. I thought
I
there was like
exist
some big event in.
To help
Okay.
the champion of fall. Winter is coming.
Could you really trust yourself to be on a ship with like a bunch of paladins, though? I mean, they're not all like me.
They're going east. I'll find a way. Unless you can charter a boat. You want to go east?
I mean, I could, but we've got. You've been listening, and we've kind of got something to deal with. We gotta save the twins.
That's why I make this offer. You find me, or you throw me into the ocean, and I'll tell you how to become real.
Do you know what continent you're supposed to wind up on?
No
I mean, I could
continent.
mail you.
Yishio will find me.
Who?
The champion. It matters not.
Okay. I think I wouldn't feel good just tossing you into the ocean. That's not exactly conductive to travel.
Then get me to the ship. I'll find someone. You need only pass me off or stow me aboard.
Okay. I'll see what I can do.
In this
I hope
moment,
it
like,
doesn't-
you see as your chest just kind of like flashes, like, very, very brightly. Very briefly, right, as like Hortha just kind of like extends their consciousness. And then you like just kind of feel them return, right? It's almost like, because you're connected with them, it's almost like you're forced to exhale, and then you inhale and you feel them like come back into the necklace. And they just go, Soon, you brought a body, questions already being asked. The Dark One, Shalashar, he'll be questioned.
Ah, yeah, of course. He kind of brings trouble. He's a good guy, but bad luck, I think. Just like follows him.
Just be ready. Before I leave, I'll uphold my part of the bargain.
This isn't because of what A-Rod said, is it?
No, he's
Okay.
inconsequential.
Wow. I will not tell him you said that. Jeez. Alright. Let's go down to the dock and take a look and see if there's any other ships that heading east. Maybe I can find you one that aren't paladins. Some of them can be a bit overzealous.
Alright. Make a perception or an investigation check.
Let's make it perception. Oh, not bad, not bad. 16.
16. As you're looking through this, Hortha once in a while points out a couple. The ones they're most interested, make a history check, just for fun. Or just a general knowledge check or intelligence check.
Plus history, which is plus nothing. Another 16.
Another 16. All of the ships that Hortha seems to have an interest on are ones that are going north around Banner to either Fingolm or back towards Sigwolf. But any of the ones that are chartered south are heading near Yun, Hortha has zero interest in. So if you wanted, there would be a merchant ship that is heading to Sigwolf, one that is heading to Fingolm, and then the paladin ship which is heading out sooner. They seem more inclined for the earliest departing one, which would be the Shadow's Bane. But they're fine with the other ones if you insist.
I'm not sure if I trust a ship full of paladins. I mean, I don't want them thinking that she's evil and smiting.
When you have these thoughts again, you can make a wisdom save if you want. You'll just let it. You don't worry, whenever you have them, they just kind of fly back and you're just why am I worried? She's great. She'll be fine. She knows exactly what she's doing and this is the perfect plan.
You sure you want to be on a ship full of paladins?
Tuck me someplace. Deep in the ship.
I'm not sure if I can even get on the ship.
You'll have the opportunity if you guys stay at the timber.
What time of day is it now?
It's still 1 turning to 2.
Okay. Alright. I think I'll have to formulate a plan. Let's go take a look at the ship, make sure we know exactly where it is. Then we'll head back to the timbers with the others.
It's easy to spot. This thing dwarfs the other ships. This thing is 3 decks high, 2 of which are just cannon decks. This thing is, it... The one thing that sticks out, that's kind of funny, and you've picked this up with your intelligence, it is obviously a warship that is outfitted to just destroy things, right? But the official paperwork, when you looked at the docket, says that they're here for peacekeeping and mercantile.
Peacekeeping.
Tile. One last question. When I look at the ship, do the sides look like they would be difficult to climb up?
Yes.
Okay.
Looking at this thing, so it does have these big cannon decks. There's also very large spikes that come out and curve down, specifically to stop things from climbing up. The other thing you notice is that like the top of the ship itself domes in, and there's spikes on the top deck that are sticking out. 3 of them, like one up, one to the slide, and one straight out, to stop things from boarding even if they did manage to climb up.
Christ. Okay. Okay, that's all I needed to know then. Fuck. Alright. I think I've seen what I need to see. Nartha, let's go see if the others are back at the inn yet.
Now, you'd be coming in pretty much, you walk in at the same time that Assy is about to start their conversation with A-Rod. So you guys can jump in wherever you want, and we'll just see where this conversation goes.
Back to you, Essie.
What?
I said back to you.
So, A-Rod, I found
Yeah.
a present for you.
Oh, really? What is it?
So I noticed the hems on your shirt and like it's been patched up a couple of times. So with
Yeah.
I pull out the new shirt for him.
Oh, thank you so much. That was so sweet of you. You didn't have to do that.
Well, I figured we've been on the road for a while. You and I will both do one upgrade, and I pull out one for myself that like it's a bit of a match. It's a match in style, but not in color.
I like it. I like it a lot. I love it. Thank
Also-
you.
We got paid.
Yes.
You want
I
to
do
divvy that
like-
up?
Yep.
Rogue.
So I'm gonna pull out the thing and I'm gonna hand. Actually, no, you're drunk.
Yeah, don't trust me with the money.
Salisha, come here and help me check my math.
It's 3,000 gold pieces.
Okay, so how much for everybody?
Less than 1,000.
Let's see, close to 750.
750 each.
Let me check my math.
750.
Yeah, it's about 750 a piece.
Well, I need to go
One
shopping.
other thing that you guys notice as you're looking over this, or at least you notice, Shalashar, all of these coins are minted with the tree of Black Hollow on it. The other ones, they've always been a bit of a hodgepodge of like, oh, there's some of these, some of them aren't even like uniform. All of these ones perfectly stamped. One side has the tree, and the other one has a picture of Sigwolf on it.
I wonder what kind of value these carry.
So we have some very specific coins going on here.
Or at least the most uniform looking gold coins that you guys have seen.
Well, gold's gold.
Until it's not recognized in other cities.
It doesn't even occur to me to check. I don't notice until somebody points out, and even though I'm like, ah, okay. Okay.
I mean, coins are always just random, Some of them are made, from one town to the other. There's no actual, especially, Shalashar, you've traveled the most. Same with you, A-Rod, and you, Assy, everyone except for Cole. Every place does it differently. Everyone has their own thing, even, the thickness of coins are different. But these ones, like I said, it's just oddly, extremely uniform. Like, there was a lot of care given to the craftsmanship of these coins.
Well, I got us a couple rooms here. But
Well, for now, I've got a lot of money burning a hole in my pocket, so
I was just thinking the same thing. I need to go shopping.
yeah, let's go.
Let's do it.
Well, keep your travel buddy safe. Hold hands.
Do we really have to? Like, is this actually like?
No, I'm just fucking with you. You go do your wet shit things.
As you guys are about to leave, the doorway kind of gets blocked, and there is actually a very I won't say very large, but like a well armored person. They're wearing like scale mail, and they just kind of yell into the room, and they're like, "We're looking for someone brought in a body. Dark armor." And at this point, he kind of points towards you, Shalasha. You, come with us.
Great.
Right. Well,
I whisper to Shalashar before he heads out. I was about to warn you. Sorry, didn't get a chance.
this could be fun. I'll kind of like raise my hand to the person, just like acknowledge him. All right. Well, I have my earring if you need me. Nope,
No,
you don't have earrings that can contact me.
I'll come with. I'll come with.
You can contact
As you're
so-
walking, they do talk again. If you came with anyone, please step forward. Bring them with you.
I came
I'm
with
gonna
him.
I'm gonna see if I can sneak Assy into the crowd.
Oh, I'm trying to sneak out too.
Yeah, like
I'm trying to slip away.
Yeah, I'll probably bring just the two of you. Just kind of, well, like bring Kerr, and then I'll just kind of let the two of you kind of do your thing. I'll kind of gather myself, pushing the bench, and come over to Zulman. Yes, I brought in a body earlier.
We just have a couple of questions if you'll join us on the Shadow's Bane.
I have honestly nothing to hide.
Well, it shouldn't take too long. Again, if you have anyone else with you, please bring them with us, and at your earliest convenience, come aboard. This isn't an escort or anything like that, just a couple simple questions and a bit of note-taking. At your earliest convenience. And he's going to reach into his pocket and he's going to pull out a sealed envelope and like hand it over to you.
I'm not doing anything. We can go right
Yeah.
now if you want.
Yeah, honestly.
Do you have the next hour or two clear?
Yeah, we just arrived in town.
Oh. As long as you have your schedule clear. No. Just kind of, step to the side. Now that you're outside, you see that they have two other guards with them as well. Similar guard, these guys, they're not wearing the tabard of the Black Hollow. Instead, they're all wearing something that denotes them as a member of the Sacred Flame. And he'll just kind of like gesture and he'll start walking, and the guys just kind of like falling behind. So,
I'll just gonna fall in line and don't do anything. I'll try not to move very quickly.
alright. Assy, A-Rod, what are you two doing?
Sneaking away.
Yeah, sneaking away.
Alright, now, if you guys are going to be quick, we'll start with you guys. If not, we're going to jump to Shalashar and Cole, but I will tell you, it might take a little bit depending on how things go. So you tell me what you would prefer, or how you would best like to use your time.
I want to do a bit of shopping. I'm not sure how long it would take.
Yeah, that's about my consensus too.
Alright. That,
Yeah, well, you can let them go.
like I said, it's going to take a little bit. We have the break coming up. We can do the break after, in which case we'll start with them, probably take the break, and then jump to you guys. So,
Yeah, that's-
sound good. So you guys are, politely walked. You're not escorted, you're not huddled in, and you just, walk towards the Shadow's Bane. The gentleman that brought you, doesn't really say too much. He does thank you for bringing the body and, just being polite in your demeanor. And he takes you guys up to the ship. shows, just gives them a nod, and you guys are just kind of like let up onto this ship. It is would have been a gangplank, and you can even see like they do have one off to the side, but they've actually built a staircase to get up and off of this ship, as it is a very long way up. You guys almost go up like 50 steps to get to the top of this ship. When you get up there, there is probably about 200 people here, right? Like, this thing is massive. Most of them, they're wearing lighter armor. We're talking scale. All of them have some sort of weapon. And as soon as you get up there, one of them turns and he just goes, "Officer on deck!" And all of them stop, snap to attention, and turn to face you. This guy also, he just steps to the side, and another person is stepping out from one of the rooms near the front. The person, let me just get their description here so I don't fuck it up. So it is a human female. Her armor is some of the weirdest things you have seen. One side is like just completely dark, like a burgundy red on her right side, and the left side is just metal plates that just kind of like come across her body. It's like very tight and very form fitting across her limbs, and then her chest as well, where these bands come across. It is just very well made. Whatever she's making, it is just some sort of immaculate stuff. Her hair is tightly cropped into a ponytail, and she also has a rapier on her side. And she just, walks up towards you guys, doesn't even address you guys, and just holds out her hand for the messenger. And he also passes her another message, and she opens it, takes a look, and she turns to address you guys. Interesting. You brought someone in. Did you know anything about it?
Honestly, no. We had hired a raft to take us from Fapon down here, and as we were coming up the river, the body was just floating by. So we grabbed it, inspected it, we noticed the tattoos, and figured it was basically the right thing to do was just bring the body in.
Well, you did do the right thing. And we would like to extend our thanks for that. You'll be meeting with someone. I am Captain Sigra. Nice to meet you. But you will be questioned by Yudvrog. He's one of the pyres. It shouldn't take too long. Just below deck.
Of course, honestly, I have nothing to hide.
Fantastic. Can we get you anything while you're aboard the Shadow's Bane? Wine? Food?
No. I had my fill at the tavern just before we arrived.
Fantastic. May the flame be with you. And she's just gonna step back. The messenger, he's gonna like give her a bow, and he's going to head down through the ship, if you guys will follow. Also, on this ship, you notice this is one of the most diverse crews you've seen in like all of Black Hollow. There are dwarves here, there are Najars, which are very large half-shark people. Majority is still human, but it isn't just humans, right? Black Hollow actually is a lot more just human than the diversity you see on this ship. At this point, the messenger, now that you guys are just kind of alone with him, and he's taking you down, I won't say zigzagging staircase, but you guys do go down quite a few flights of stairs. You shouldn't be too nervous. It's going to be a little off-settling. I mentioned this. We're going to pass through a zone of silence to keep the sound in, and then we'll be coming out on the other side. Just be respectful. He's a little older, but he's not a bad person. Have you ever dealt with the flame before?
I haven't had the pleasure. I originally am from Yun.
Oh, fair enough. He definitely has the best in mind, but he sees things a little differently, being a pyre. And as he's talking, his voice just like abruptly cuts, and he just kind of like gives you a nod. And you guys come out another side. Shalashar, with your perception, you can hear someone screaming. They are begging. They're saying, please, please, I told you everything. I told you everything. And this guy knocks on the door, and you hear another voice. Say it again. Take a nap. I almost believe you. And you hear like the screaming is like kind of dying down. And then you just hear the same voice. Come in. And the guy opens the door for you, and he just kind of gestures.
I'll bow my head and I'll follow his lead.
Going in as well, Cole?
I don't think I have much of a choice, but yeah.
So as you go in, you hear the door close behind you. You are in a very dark chamber. There's a little bit of light. It seems to just be like little firelights, you know. Shalashar, again, with your perception, you notice like they're not flickering like actual flames. It's just a show on the candles to make it look like it. What you see is, you know, there's a single desk and there's 3 cells. Most of them are dark. They're like covered in darkness, but you see one that is open. You see what seems to be someone that's like strapped up on like a cross, right? Their arms are like completely wide. The head is like kind of like lulled to the side, and there's a barrel of water, and you hear like the sound of like something sizzling in the water. The figure that's blocking most of this is very, very dark skinned. His hair, he is like bald on one side, and then he has hair here that he's like kind of brushed over his to the right side. As he like turns to face you guys, he is not a good looking orc. He's darker than the orcs of Char. He is an orc of Sigwolf. His skin is like almost brown, you know, like tar is the way I would describe it. The left side of his face is heavily scarred. He doesn't even have an ear. Instead, he just has a massive, just a disgusting hole where his ear used to be. It looks like it's like burnt off in a fire. His chest, he has a shirt, and it looks like it's unbuttoned, and he has been sweating heavily. You can see what was a well-muscled chest that has started to atrophy in old age. It just kind of like hangs off of him. Same with like the scars on his face. When he talks, his neck is so heavily scarred, his jaw doesn't really move on one side. It just stays closed. He pulls these suspenders up over as he walks out of the cell, and he walks over to another bucket of water and just like dips his hands in as he turns to face you guys. Nice to meet you. Yudvrog.
Oh, bow my head. Still shy.
Gestures towards the guy on the cross. It looks like he's been cut in several places, as well as you can see like it almost looks like his skin has been like pulled away in some parts. It's these very weird avulsions, these wounds. And Yudvrog just goes, look at that. You think I'm a saint or a sinner?
Honestly, I don't know the point. I don't know the purpose. But I believe every man makes decisions based on whatever he can. I don't judge the sinner, as it were.
Wise. I have a couple of questions. Now, for the sake of brevity and at the risk of being long-winded, there's a few things you need to understand. I'm not here to use magic. I don't care if you lie or if you don't. That's why I don't bother with it. What matters to me is understanding why you say what you say, or if you do lie. That one, he said some things that didn't add up, and I need to understand why he's compelled to do it. I'm focused on the larger picture. So, it's best if you keep it on the straight and narrow so I don't need to understand your motives. Now, the person you brought in, Peter, works for Darius Orsman. Got a couple of murders over the last little bit. This seems like one of them. But some things aren't quite adding up. Why don't you tell me what's not adding up? And if you miss anything, I'll fill in the details. And we can go from there.
To start from the top, were you told anything of what I told the captain upstairs?
Nope, how would I? That was upstairs, I've been down here.
Alright. So we were hired by Matthias. We were in Fapon doing some investigations into murders. We ended up finishing up there, so we had hired a raft to take us down here. We were effectively asked, we have a little bit of free reign as to which direction we went, and I heard some good things about Black Hollow. So when we boarded the raft, we were there for 2 days. On the way, a body actually was found in the river. He was human, had a couple tattoos. I myself have never had the pleasure of working with the Flame, and not being super familiar with the culture, I wasn't certain of any death rituals, burial rites. So we figured, come to Black Hollow, we understood that the Flame had a presence here, and basically turned over the body. The only thing that was unusual with the body itself is there was a rat buried in his throat. We understand that there is a gang around, call themselves the Red Rats, something of that tune. That's kind of the only direction we could understand.
Turns towards you, Cole. Just see if you want to say anything.
No, that's... Excuse me. It's pretty much what happened.
Fair.
I really don't have anything to add to it. He covered it pretty well.
And you just arrived here and that was pretty much it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're just doing our job and figured we'd just bring the corpse along.
And you work for Matthias.
Mhm.
Millsworn, correct.
And the rat, you mentioned it by a name.
Yeah,
Seen it before?
I'm sorry.
You've seen it before.
We came from Red Bay originally. Sorry, trying to do this. Coming through Red Bay, we've encountered a lot of cryer stones, so I've heard of them in passing, but I don't believe I've directly encountered anyone.
Fair. Are you planning to look into this, or where are you going next with Matthias?
We were actually asked to come here to kind of investigate the town. I know that there's been some discrepancies among town, so we were asked to kind of investigate what we could.
Well then, you're sticking around. If you do look into it or you find anything, you let me know. But it seems like everything you've said checks out.
And honestly, I'd be more than happy to continue working with you. We have nothing to hide. We're on the same side, really.
Oh. He's gonna walk over to another place and he's gonna pull out what seems to be the similar, like, notations that you've seen on other people's Paldrons. And he's just gonna bring two of them over, one for you, one for Cole. In that case, this will get you in if you need to talk. Couple of things to know. Here they're just the rats. Red rats probably comes from Red Bay. Maybe that means there's different sects and it's something larger, or perhaps it originated at one. Not sure which way it would have gone. Other thing, that one, and he gestures to the guy on the wall. He's one of them. Still asking some questions. His story's only just now started to match. Found a story he wants to stick with. Got a couple more rounds to go before I can make a judgment.
I don't mean to intrude on your questioning. Is he unconscious currently?
Yeah, I'm putting him to sleep.
Do you mind if I look at his body? I found myself on the road a lot, and I'm pretty good at identifying things. I was curious if there's any tattoos or markings that I could kind of keep an eye out for.
He's going to go over to his desk, and he's going to pull over a tray. And it looks like he has 3 patches of skin that he's cut off. Evidence. One is just this very, very faded circle. Make an investigation if you want. Or perception. You can too, Cole, or you can give him advantage if you want to look at these
Advantage. I'll give advantage.
Okay.
I think for this, I want to investigate. Perception is higher. So that's with a +6, it comes up to a 19.
19. So you recognize one thing. It is the familiar tattoo that's been pointed out before, and it looks like a rat's tail that has come up once or twice when talking about the rats. Another one just seems to be, even with that perception, you can't make it out. It's like this weird faded circle. It looks like it might have had some text at some point, but it's kind of faded away. And then the last one,
That was an investigation, not perception.
Investigation?
Yeah.
Alright. Same thing. You still would be unable to really tell what that weird dark circle thing is. You do recognize one thing that annotates that he is a member of the rats. And the last one is like some sort of dagger tattoo. It would be like almost like American traditional style. The other things on this tray that you find is it looks like he has pulled out 3 gold teeth that he's like put off to one side, as well as this guy had a collection of 5 rings. Very simple things, mostly silver.
Do you mind if I look at the rings?
Go for it.
I'll just kind of take them in my hand. I'll just mull them over. I want to hold them up to the light and see if there's anything written on the inside, any like light engravings.
You make a perception check.
Check for hidden compartments too.
That's a good idea. So that's advantage.
Yep.
So that is a 32.
32. With that, the one thing you notice is like there are a couple of tool marks, and they all go very, very similar. So you would guess like these were made by the same blacksmith. But besides that, they are just the most plain rings you've seen. Like these weren't meant as like bling or anything like that, but they are like the exact same ring. Yudrog does mention he had them all on one hand. I think he was using it for like punching, maybe.
Pardon. Since I'm not super familiar with the flame, I'm not certain exactly how far your influence reaches. If you look here, and I'm going to hold them out under the light, these all have the same tooling marks, almost as if it was from the same blacksmith. I'm not certain if that information is useful at all to you, but it's something that we could maybe garner a location, like a treatise, maybe.
It could be something.
It's
Means at the
very-
very least, how often do you go to a blacksmith to get a ring made? Especially
Exactly.
5 times.
It's the exact same tooling, and if it was something that was not related to a gang, it's just very odd.
Provide you with a list of blacksmiths, and I'll inquire with our guest when he wakes up.
Pyre, what exactly kind of information are you trying to get from him at the moment? Like, what do you need to know?
I want to know why he's lying. Besides that, anything that relates back to the rats. As I said, I'm mostly involved in the bigger picture. Why are they here? Why are they killing? And why are they targeting? He's gonna pull out like a very thick binder. He's gonna flip through it. People they've killed so far. Most notable one. 1 second. Let me get to my names here. Because, you know, as much prep as you can do, there's always a chance of misspeaking. So let's not do that. There's been a lot. Mostly humans. Biggest one, Christopher. That's who Matthias is replacing. They've been consistently going after that. Seems like their rhetoric, from what I've told, or what I've heard, they don't like Sigwolf being here, see us as a plague, and want us out.
I mean, from what I understand, there's a lot of high tensions between the elves, their idea of homeland, and the orcs. There seems to be a lot of... It's very tumultuous.
The rats that we have caught never been human. Seen a lot of dwarves, elves, and the half-elf.
Do you think they're trying to push the flame out?
No, I don't think it's the flame they're after. It's any human. That's been the thing. It's only humans that have died. My question is, why? Next thing, in a month, supposed to have all the council members here. Darius is here, he's running. Talrine has showed up. Matthias is the only one not accounted for, as Yolvi lives here.
Kerr? Do you have any... I thought somewhere along the way you were able to get people to tell the truth. Is that something you can still do?
Not at the moment. That could be tomorrow, but I think I might have another way.
Truth spells don't matter. If they're smart, they'll talk around them. That's why I don't bother.
No, Pyre, I've got a different way that might actually benefit your work and make it much, much easier, possibly. If you'd let me wake the guy up and just try asking him why.
If it's looking into his mind, I wouldn't recommend it.
Why not?
I've spent the last 3 days. I can tell you how deep his skin goes and how much you have to pull to remove it from the muscle. I can tell you how much pressure it takes to break each of his fingers. It's all he's gonna be thinking about is what I've already done. You look into that. Shalasha, you realize as this guy's talking, he has a bad shake in his hand. You've seen this before. He's like, he himself has gotten PTSD from the things that he has done. You've seen this time and time again when people have broken. He's broken himself with the stuff he's done. You look in his mind, you're just gonna see things you don't want to see. You mean you're welcome, but it ain't gonna be pretty.
Well, you see, that's the beauty. I don't have to look into it myself. I have a buffer, I guess you would call it.
Huh?
It's an item that looks into people's minds for me and then tells me what they're thinking. So I don't have to do it at all.
In that case,
I don't have to wade through any of that.
I'll wake him up. You want him now?
Oh, sure, let's do it.
He's been a little loud recently. I'm
Yeah,
just
we
gonna
heard about
get
that, yeah.
something for that. And he's gonna just go over and he's gonna pull out this like weird box and he's just gonna put it on this guy's head. And he's gonna like reach into his belt and he's gonna pull out something, and this guy's like, you can just see he's like wide-eyed and his mouth is going, but like there's no sound making it past the box.
Dude's just fucking giving her.
Well, that's a nifty little trick there.
You want one?
I usually just stick with gags.
I know a person who could use it.
Just a box of silence. I'll get you one. But go ahead.
just sit in it and pop a squat.
I'm gonna drag the chair over and stand on it so I can look the guy in the face. And I'll be thinking, Bertha, I think this might be your inroad here. And I'll
Nice.
look at the guy and I'll just say, look, you really want to be able to think hard about the truth of what this guy wants, or things are just gonna get a lot worse for you. Like so much worse.
You can make an intimidation check if you want. With advantage.
Let's try 2. Station. Oh, I actually have a plus in that. How about a 21?
21. Alright.
That red dice likes me tonight.
I'm assuming you want Hortha to read this man's thoughts.
Yeah, that's what I've been thinking to her.
Okay. In that case, she will give it her best shot. As the kids say. You do get a bit of feedback from her. Well, do me a favor, just roll a percentage.
Lucky I have one of those ready. Ooh, 90 something. 95. Nice.
Not fucking bad.
You're at 95% of it.
That's not quite how that works, but it's definitely pretty good. Alright. Let me scroll back to here. Alright, so the things that Hortha does tell you, I'm not gonna go over the entire thing, mostly because my voice to which I'm talking is Yudvrog. She will inform you that this guy is Garrick Tomeri. He is a half-elf that you can see. He's thinking about how he's been here for a while. Hortha's a little vague with the details as to what's going on. But you do get like the last rendition of the story that he's telling. Basically, right, and Hortha even points this out. She goes, he's just repeating it again and again and again. She thinks he's been trained, or at least he's really been focusing hard at trying to keep it consistent. He does admit that he is a member of the Rats, and that he's been here for a little bit. He knows nothing about the body, and that thing he just kind of like discounts, and it is like the last thing that he's added to the story. But the general gist is that he's lived here his entire life. He got into this just because it's something new. He didn't know what he was getting into. He's in over his head. He's really sorry. The only person that he's like really talked to before or the person that got him into this was someone named Noya. And Hotha is even able to give you an image of this Noya, and it is a female elf. Very, kind of short hair as well. Not like your typical elf. Looks like she's spent a lot of her life working. In the image that you get, she's wearing like a leather apron, and it looks like she could be a blacksmith.
Pyre, you're right. Story does seem to be oddly consistent. Did you get... I assume you got Noria out of him?
Mentioned. He's said it a couple of times, but a little different.
Yeah, like
I got Noi. I figure that was the north part of Umid Noi.
No, a person, out of character. You said half-elf or elf?
Elf.
Elf? He was thinking, short hair, leather apron, possibly a blacksmith, maybe?
Kurt, why don't we let the medallion talk for us?
I think, thinking only, Hertha, do you want to? That's kind of on you.
I'll be like, well, if you can read his mind, why not just show, like, the flashes and images that you got from it? If you're, and I'll, turn to the muscle-bound Scarboy. If you're willing to let us, of course, we could probably just give you the information direct. Less translation problems, if you will.
I'm not open to that idea. I got things to prevent that. Wouldn't quite work.
That's fine. Then, Kurt, please continue.
Well, that's...
Better question. Do you want to talk with her, or should I bring her in?
Well, if you truly want to, like, follow the leads, you should probably bring her in.
I could. I don't
I mean,
mind
at the very
one way or
least...
another, but you should know this is your new thing. We're not quite subtle. Showed up in a big ship. She's brought, they'll know. They want to duck, they'll duck. So we'll get what she knows, but once she's past the gangplank, doors close.
Do you, from what you saw, Kurt, do you know if it's there in the city?
No, there wasn't any placeage. Eardrog? I think I can make your job easier. How about a gift for a gift? I'll pull out the necklace and Hertha. Now, obviously, you're must be somewhat protected, but this is what I was just using to get into his mind. You'll have to have someone else use it, obviously. But this can get into people's minds, and it doesn't have to be close. Like, as close as me and this guy you're questioning. So I'm thinking, maybe you give this necklace to another member of the crew, and they can just get close to this elf, and then they can get the information without having to even ask anything. Without having to bring her in, just quietly read her thoughts, maybe just across the street.
Okay. And what do you want?
You already gifted me the this silence box. I'm sure I can find a good use for it. I'm thinking just simply a gift for a gift.
Are you sure?
I slightly elbow him. Yes, I'm sure.
I just know that was a.
It's really something that I don't need.
Put it on the table.
Sure. I'll put her down. Or it. I'm not sure still.
Alright. And just so you know, the box itself, it is large enough to fit over a medium creature's head, and it is a one-way silence.
Okay. And as I put her down, I'm like thinking, okay, Eartha, you're on the ship. This we'll be. I think I got it for you. Good luck.
You've been more helpful than I expected. That concludes business.
Well, paladins should help paladins.
Free to leave whenever you want. If you find anything else, feel free to return with your badge. I'll let you in.
On a fairly similar note, we went to the embassy to try and collect payment, as it were, since we're working for Matthias, and I was kind of pushed away at the door. I am expecting a package to come to the embassy. Will this badge help me get access?
It would, but the big thing is the axe. You don't want them heavily armed in the embassy. Look at you. You look like a monster.
Heard that one before. Honestly, it's protect me against the dust storms of Yun. It's really the only way to survive out there.
Fair, but you walk around like you're gonna fight. Not really want you in some places.
Maybe you should send me. I mean, people tend to, like, not think much of me, underestimate me, or just think I'm not threatening.
I mean, you're the most
Sure.
kind-hearted among us, anyways.
Not
Yeah,
sure about that.
I'll probably try my luck at the door, turn in my weapons, as it were.
You know who you're supposed to meet.
No, I ordered some armor, and it was coming in from Red Bay, so I had a courier bringing it.
I think... 1 second. He's gonna go over and he has like this bookcase that he just pushes to the side and is like on rails. And it gets to the other side and he flips something down to like put it in place. Flips another thing and like opens it to another compartment that goes deeper into the ship. With your perception, you can see like he has like one of those red wool walls where it's just like strings that attach things. And he's gonna come back with something as like a manifest, and he just flips through it. He goes, "Someone came in with a suit of armor, plate.
Elven make?
Doesn't go that far. It's just a manifest from the guards. It's in town."
Yeah, that's actually what I was trying to pick up.
Oh.
Spent a pretty penny for it.
Septon has it. Don't know where he's at though, but it's in town.
Well, actually is quite a help. I guess I'll have to take a look around town.
I'll see you out. I gotta put him back to sleep. And we'll just go over and he'll open the door for you. Follow the stairs up.
I look at the prisoner. Well, tried to help you, guy. I warned you. Bye.
I'll just I'll turn and face him. Thank you for all your help, and we'll be staying at a tavern where you found us. So if you do need anything, you can always come.
I won't, but we'll send. And if you need something, you can show up with the badge.
We'll keep an ear out for you, just in case we hear anything useful.
You do it. I hope we don't end up in an interview. And he gestures towards the guy on the wall.
I
don't think I'd like that.
Have a nice rest of your day.
You too. Close the door behind you guys.
Shit, dude, that guy wasn't fucking intense. Let's get out of here.
As fast as you can. just gonna grab you by the back of your armor and kind of like lift you a little off the ground to give you a little bit extra speed.
Alright.
Just like a pet.
We're going to go ahead and go to break here. And when we get back, we will jump in with Assy and A-Rod. So, 15 minutes?
50?
15.
Okay.
What?
Alright, I'll see you guys back here in 15 minutes. Alright, hello everybody. We are back. Let me just very quickly. Hello! You guys are good to go. Very quickly, Cole and Shalashar. I believe you, my fine fellows, are leaving the boat, and anything you want to let me know as to where you're headed.
Probably back to the tavern.
Back to the tavern. Alright. But first, Assy and A-Rod. My friends, you guys watch as your two companions are escorted in like probably one of the nicest ways out of this tavern as you guys slink away. Where would you like to go?
I would like to attempt to steal half of somebody's cake out of the hand.
Okay.
Or just like whatever snack somebody's eating, I want to just steal like a bite or two. Just Like-
Sleight of hand, easy enough.
hey, no sleight of hand on my cake, Kaya. Oh, that's 18 on the die plus 6
Plus 6? I mean,
plus 8.
everyone here is pretty drunk, so like you...
Wait, how many plus 9? Because I have expertise in that.
You like work extremely hard, you know, you're looking for the perfect opportunity to do this. And when you do it, it almost feels underwhelming to you. It's like you stole cake from a baby.
You want an infant. Congratulations.
you pretty much, you walk by, you grab it, and like you like look over your shoulder to see if he's noticed. He doesn't even like look down, nothing. You're like, well, at least I got cake.
I'm sure they'll be fine. Is that cake?
It was a little too easy.
Where'd you get cake?
Oh,
You just-
you had
you just-
cake?
You just took it, huh? Okay.
It was too easy to take. Like, way too easy. Kind of
No sport in it.
disappointed.
Well, maybe some shopping will make you feel better. What are you in the market
What kind of
for?
magic shop?
I'm looking for some potions.
I want to find like the weirdest magic shop we can find.
Ooh, that sounds like fun.
There are 2 magic stores in this immediate vicinity that you kind of noticed, Assy, during your post walkthrough. There's the Magic Stone, and then of course there's a Cash's Gold Hide, being as this is a child place on the coast.
We could go with Goldhide, he's a sure bet, or we can try to find something really weird in an alcove or a corner.
The alcove in the corner always has the best stuff.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Let's do some sleuthing.
We want to find the weirdest place we can find.
The weirdest one you would find is...
Yeah, we want a magic shop that like, it's stuffed in a corner. It has good stuff, but you have to be looking to find it.
High or low?
Hey, Rod, you pick.
Hi.
High. Okay. So, you guys start asking around. You use your channels, you use your know-how to find the oddest place you can, locate, right? And it takes you a little bit, definitely, because, you kind of got to sort through, you got to find some sort of basis. But there's one place that comes up consistently. And that place is the Twisted Nose.
Okay, I'm liking this already.
Yeah, I like it.
And eventually, you do find it, and again, this city, it's a lot more spread out, right? It's built in the shadow of this place. It doesn't have multiple tiers or stuff like that, but this place is in an alley, and it's been dug down, and you have to go through the staircase, and it winds a weird way, and you're like, did they dig this out? Are we under another building or something? And it's it gets thinner in some place and wider, and there's no conformity, right? Even originally it was stones beneath your feet, and eventually it's just packed dirt, and you're like, are we underground? And then set in what seems to be this stone archway is this door, and it doesn't look to be the most intact. Some boards are bigger than others, and it's a bit of a mess.
Exactly what we were looking for.
This is the sort of place I want to find. Let's walk in there. I'm intrigued.
Alright. A-Rod. As you are approaching this door, there's a couple of things you pick up on. Assie's just, they're here for the experience, but you've always been a bit more aware as to what's going on, so you're taking in certain things. It is a heavy smell of, tobacco smoke that is, just, immediately assaulting, especially down here. It has no place to vent, and the closer you get to the door, it's like you are inside a pipe. It's pretty much the only way I can explain it. When you get to the door, it just, swings open, and it goes in and hits it as it reverberates back. There's no door stop. It's just loose. There's nothing, right? It just knocks open, right? Almost like, how is this thing still on the freaking hinges? Within this place, it is just stacked with boxes, and there's things on top of it. There's a bright array of stones on one side, and then at the very back, it seems like it's supposed to be a counter, and it's just another box that has a, well, with you it's a curtain. It has the curtain rings still in it, and they put a crystal ball on top of it as well.
Wait, they're using a curtain as a tablecloth?
A-Rod would know that, yes.
Yeah. I like it. It's not too tacky.
I'm just gonna start looking over the stuff on the shelves and see if anything catches my attention, or if anything has a title or anything, or if anybody stops to talk to me.
I'm gonna try to go over to the curtain here. Hello? Anybody home?
Oh, it's like that. It's just a curtain laid across another box. It's the only thing that has some semblance of this is for presentation of business, right? As you call out though, a gentleman who's he's just wearing tight leather pants, and he's just smoking the world's biggest pipe. And he's just towards the corner, hairy ass chest, as he turns, and he just goes, "Welcome, call me the captain."
What race and size is he?
He is a human. You think he's supposed to be muscular, but he is this weird skinny fat build. Very nice shoulders, very round, but the roundness also continues to his chest, it continues to his belly, but then he has very well-defined hips. He has a perfect pot belly, and just a treasure trail that turns into a jungle that almost billows from his pants, same as the smoke that comes from his pipe.
Are you saying he's shirtless?
Yes, completely.
Just leather pants, nothing else.
Just the A-Rod, with your
leather
perception, you could tell he's smuggling a lot in those pants, as well as there's other lumps down his leg, and you're how are you gonna get those out of your pants? It looks like he's put rocks down one leg. It's it's not a good look. It's the only way I can explain it. It's not a good look.
Good sir, we are here to, well, first of all, do you have any potions?
He just grabs his pipe, just... Oh, God. Potions,
That was a nice rip.
You want some?
Yeah, I'm looking for healing potions.
I meant the pipe.
You know what? I will take a bit of that.
Ah, fantastic. It's always best doing business. And he passes this thing. This pipe, when I say it's big, it is 3 pounds of pipe.
Oh yeah, I take a fat
It almost
rip.
looks like he has a saxophone. Is the best way to explain the size of this pipe. And as you you take your rip, you can make a Constitution save if you want.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. I struggle with it. It is cumbersome to me. Remember, Assie is short.
12.
21.
21. You definitely you're coughing a little bit. But both of you, you get this to a much lesser degree, and you're able to hold it in, but the entire room takes on like a different sheen, and you start to see like wisps of something that just kind of like flies through the air. Erod, for you though, these like wisps are actually like turning into like weird little shapes. You see animals in it, you see people, you see locations, you see like these weird buildings that are just like kind of coming up, and as you like look around, like I said, it's not well vented. Even like the smoke in the air is also turning into these things, and you can like almost imagine like an air current building, but it's like a stagnant thing, and you're just aware of how choked the air and the entire ecosystem. You look around and all these boxes like pressing in. It's like it's claustrophobic in here in this moment.
I'm just gonna put my hands on Ace's shoulder and be like, "Are you seeing this? Are you with me right now?
Just
where I am?"
Hey, we've all been there. Just breathe. Potions, you said you wanted. Got some of those. Lots of potions, actually. Brew 'em myself.
I need 4 potions of healing. And give me something exotic.
Something exotic. Well, potions. What size are you looking for? They come in different sizes. If you like them bigger, they get more expensive. But start about 100 gold and add a 0 per size category.
I'll take 4 regular healing potions.
You got it.
And
I'll be
something
back
exotic.
with those. Define exotic. You want something fun? Looking to cause some trouble?
Yes.
Oh, always looking to cause some trouble.
I'll be right back. You guys
I
just
like
go
him.
ahead, peruse a little.
I like him. I like his pants. Are you with me right now where I am?
I am not. Did he leave the pipe here?
If you didn't offer it back, he would have.
I'm gonna take another hit.
Okay,
'Cause
make,
I
an,
didn't get
with
a hit
me.
before.
make
Get
another
with
con
me.
save.
Oh snap! This one, 7. I guess I'm aiming to fail.
You get like the exact, like, in that moment, you hear A-Rod say, "Are you real?" And you go, "Am I real?" And you look down at your hands, and like the smoke is like around you. It's like wrapping around your limbs, and you're like, Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna start looking at, because you mentioned there were rocks before.
Yes.
I'm gonna start looking at the things on the shelves and see if anything calls to me.
In this moment, all of them are just shooting sparks of magic. There's like wisps of smoke coming from the air and like cycling around them. It's almost like I said, like when I said this is like its own ecosystem of smoke, that's what you're imagining. You're seeing like little storms and you're looking at these rocks with a 7. You're like, this one's a village. It has a story. And then you look at another one and there's like 3 rocks in place and you're like, someone put these here. There are druids that would love to see this. They need to know about this hidden land deep beneath Black Hollow. And then you go, there's druids up top. Are we in the roots? And you like look up and you're looking around and you're seeing like the crates and they're stacked up against the walls and you're like, what are the walls made of?
I'm gonna like.
As you're having the thoughts, this gentleman walks back in and he has now an extremely large wooden spoon and he's like put it over his shoulder as he walks in, and in one hand he's holding all full potions and he's doing that weird thing where they're like rotating in his hand as he walks towards you. And it's like, I believe these are what he wanted.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I would have handed the pipe back to A-Rod, and I would have snapped Dottie into my arms, and I'm just petting a beaver. I'm standing around this man's shop, way too high, petting my beaver.
I got one of those somewhere. He's gonna put the potions down on the table, and then he's gonna like reach behind his back, and he just like pulls out another stick, and he sets this on the table as well. That's the exotic thing you asked for.
What does it do?
What does it do? He like picks it up, puts it in the air, and it just stays.
Ooh.
That's what it does.
Not one of those. A-Rod, we need it.
We do need it. How much for all this?
Potions, like I said, they're about 100 apiece. The rod, though, I think it's going to produce you a pretty little 6 for a total of 1,000 gold.
Done.
Done. Well, it's a pleasure doing business with you then, isn't it?
The pleasure has been all ours, believe me.
You have some of these really nice rocks here, yeah?
Yeah.
What can you tell me about these green ones and that orange rock?
The orange one is a salt lick.
Not as exciting as I thought it would be.
It's pretty exciting. You ever lick those?
No.
Wow. Everyone that comes in here usually licks that rock, so if you want...
Lick the rock.
Control right now. I'm high as shit.
Do it. Gain
I
its
am
wisdom.
higher than Senator Sauce. I lick the rock.
You lick the rock.
I lick the rock.
As you lick that rock with a 7, again, like, this isn't just, it's something special in this smoke. You feel wisdom through your tongue, and you're like, if I could listen to my tongue, the things it could tell me.
I tasted a story.
You did taste the story.
That's a beautiful thought.
I tasted stories. Know about these other rocks?
He, like, grabs a salt lick from you, and he, like, licks the same place you licked. And then he sets it back down, and it's, like, just intense eye contact.
I enjoy the flavor. I lick it too, and I'm staring at him.
Then he hands it to you, A-Rod.
I lick it. Oh, yeah.
Oh, fuck.
I'm petting the beaver too.
He puts the salt lick to the side. Those 3 that are in a circle, that's something special. They belong together.
What are they?
I don't know what they are, but they came together, and so I'm gonna sell them together.
How much are they?
He's just, like, looking at them, and he's, like, stroking his face, and he's, like, completely clean shaven.
I
don't know
stroke
what
my
they're worth.
beard.
I don't know what
What?
they're worth. What do you want to pay for them?
Ooh. What do I think about? I've got my dice here in the pouch. What do I feel when I look at these rocks?
In this moment, you feel like they're an ancient druid circle. That's what you feel like. You feel like they've been here since the beginning of time. That's how you feel. These are ancient and powerful artifacts.
I'll trade you. And I pull out my potion of water breathing and swimming.
What are those?
The potion of water breathing, and this one's swimming.
Swimming. I could do some diving.
Dive into a lot of things with these potions.
You know how long they last?
I would have known when I identified it. How long would they last?
Doesn't matter. You can just tell them. It lasts X.
An hour.
No. Okay. Yeah, I think I could do that.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think I could do that.
Awesome.
And he'll, like, grab the potions from you, just one in each hand, and he, like, looks at you guys, and he, like, scurries away in, like, just, like, the most weird chipmunk way you can imagine. And he, like, puts them on the desk and, like, just slides back to you guys.
Awesome.
So what else can I do for you? Can I have my pipe back?
Yeah, hold on, one more.
One more hit point.
There you go.
Yeah, thank you. Good stuff.
Is there anything else you can advise for getting into trouble?
You mean
Quite
like
a
tool-wise
pessimistic
or like
prank.
words of wisdom?
I mean, I would never be opposed to words of wisdoms, but like, I'm thinking more like, you know.
If you think of life as a pie, you might as well take a slice. You know what I'm saying?
Now, what about if we want to prank our friends or cause some trouble or get
Sometimes
revenge on an ex?
you just gotta put the pie in the face.
Yeah, but what
Words
about
to
like
live
give us
by.
tools to help us get revenge on an ex-lover? Or like play a little prank
Play a little
on a
prank.
target father who's way too uptight and needs to let loose.
How serious of a prank do you want?
I just want something that'll help him take the stick out of his ass. And I would like to have something in my back pocket in case I need to get revenge on somebody.
So these two different things are you hoping to prank but also have...
Different things. But if you have something multi-purpose enough for both of these situations, I would be very impressed.
Tell you what. Not fucking giving that. Backpedal.
What? What?
He like reaches for something and then he like stops and he's like, not that.
No, please, go on. I want to know. I've got to know now. I saw that look in your eye.
Okay, so what about this? And he's just gonna like hold up a bag, and this bag is just... In your state, it looks like just something crazy. You just things like shimmering across it, like its surface is like just constantly changing.
What does the bag do?
Lots of things. You just reach in, and stuff comes out.
Is this just a bag of holding?
No. Cause like, and he'll like actually turn it towards you and you can see the bottom of the bag and there's nothing. And then he puts his hand in. And he pulls out a rabbit. And then he just throws the rabbit in, puts his hand in. And he pulls out a lock. And he puts the lock in.
No choice about what's in there.
No, it's just stuff.
I kind of want it.
It just holds things. But like, they're not there. They're just things, man.
We're all just things, man.
I will take
Damn,
this.
you right.
Do you have any incense by any chance?
Incest? Ew.
Incense! Incense!
Sorry.
Now I know what your mind is.
I don't have that, because I just have this thing and incense doesn't really compete.
Yeah, but I want to turn my beaver back into an owl.
Yeah, but I ain't fucking got none, you know? But like... I mean, maybe. I haven't opened half of these boxes, so like it might be here. But I haven't
Should I try
found
looking
it.
in some of them?
I ain't got all day. I gotta get high.
Can I look through some of these boxes?
I mean, like, they're my boxes, but we're just things, dude. So, like, you do you.
I'm just so rummaging around in this guy's box.
Okay. Roll a percentage die.
$85.
85? Yeah, like, after like 2 boxes, you know, the first one you open up, it's just children's clothes. The next one is is like just a bunch of like church things, and there's like pyres in it, and like that's the biggest thing, but then you also see like a bundle of incense at the bottom.
Would it be good enough for summoning my familiar?
Yeah, you do.
Okay. Is there any church things that like have any symbols similar to what I've seen on Silly Troll?
You mean like holy symbols?
Yeah, because he said a box of church stuff.
No, this is like when I say church stuff, I'm imagining like candelabras and the weird thing that you put smoke in. I'd figure out the name if I need to talk about it, but you know
Tinsel.
what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'll grab about 3 uses worth of incense, bringing me up to 4.
Okay, so that's 40 gold of incense.
Yeah. And I'll take a salt lick too.
Okay. You can't have that one. That one's.
That one is fair. That
it
is
knows
fair.
things. Well, I'll get you another one.
Can you lick it first? So it has some stories to tell me?
If you don't think I've licked every piece of salt that's come in this store, it's like you don't know me.
I don't know
I
you!
don't know you.
We just met today, but I love you.
Dude, that's fucked up.
What?
He's gonna just hand you another salt lick.
Okay, so
You can just have that one, dude. That's for you.
awesome. You are treasure.
So, what else can I do you for?
I'm all
Is
set,
there
man.
anything else that is really worth that we have to see?
Like, everything's worth, dude. It belonged to someone at some point.
I'm just clicking the rod.
Click, click.
Click, click, click.
And do you have any other exotic things that you would like to show off?
Like, probably. I got a lot of stuff here.
How much is that bag
Oh, the bag?
of just
I
random
want that
things?
thing.
I feel like it'll give me the right thing at the right time.
That thing's like 350 gold.
Yeah, I can swing that.
Hell yeah. Alright. Well, that's everything. I want to, like, take a nap.
Okay. Thank you for everything. I'm gonna give him a pickled cucumber.
Dude, nice.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's dope. He's like just slapping against his hands as a.
This
I
guy.
want to find on our way back to the inn a couple more things to put in my bag of pickling because at this point I'm down to 2 eyes, a turnip, and a potato.
Okay.
I need to find some more weird things. I need to find some more like vegetables and like root vegetables to like throw in there.
What
Um,
happens if you put a pickle in the pickling thing?
It would remain a pickle.
Oh, that's a bummer.
The weirdest thing happens is you guys like get out of like Smoke Alley. The high ends. As soon as you're no longer surrounded by the smoke, it's just gone.
Oh,
You
man,
guys
it's a
like
lot
look
harder.
back, and it's like just a straight path, like it never existed.
They're not going to believe us.
Of course not, but we found somewhere special. That place was special.
That place was so special.
It was exactly what we were looking for. That's what we needed.
Yeah.
And I got
I'm
this.
gonna loot my own for yours and like look for some place that sells food.
Yeah, easy enough to find, and then you can just tell me whatever you want to buy, and I'll give you a subtotal.
Oh, is there anybody in the stream right now that could like suggest what I should put in my bag of pickling?
There's a couple.
I don't know if there is.
Let us not waste time for that if they're not immediately here, and just
I don't think.
Or I
anybody's
can come back to you guys if you want.
Maybe come back to us unless there's anything you want to do, Avod.
Oh no, I'm good.
Alright.
Yeah.
Shalashara and Cole. This would be as soon as you guys are like, walking out of the ship, or it can be when you get off the ship. You tell me what works
Good
best.
question. What would that bag be called that I got?
It's something that I wrote. It's a changed bag of tricks is what you can write it as.
Okay.
I have a long list, and it is going to be changing constantly. So for the sake of it, you can just tell me when you want to pull something, and I will roll a die and let you know what it is.
Can I roll the die?
Yes, you can roll the die and just tell me, what it is.
Awesome.
And then obviously you got an immovable rod, and you got 4 minor healing potions.
And then I'm gonna have to identify those rocks later.
Yes, you will. Shalisha and Cole.
So, I know we're supposed to be like checking this place out for Matthias, but I'm kind of thinking we should put that on the back burner since, the twins seem to be in trouble.
I think your mic is muted.
Yeah, I think you're muted.
Sorry, I'm very I definitely think.
If
I
he
definitely
doesn't
think we
like
should
it,
go.
yeah, if he doesn't like it, he's just gonna have to deal with it. I think this is more important. I mean, he'll probably understand, but
There's a lead. There's something we can. I'm certain we can come up with something.
no, I think we just tell him the truth.
So,
Came back early to save the twins, and maybe we'll get back to Black Hollow, maybe not. I don't know.
yeah, I think I would like to get my armor, and then I think we should try and expedite our trip out there. I'm a little worried about what the druid can do. Especially if it captures the twins. Like, they're not stupid.
No.
So how powerful are they? Or what can they do, really?
I don't know. He obviously has them unable to do any casting. Otherwise, I think they would have escaped on their own. Maybe he was just got lucky in capturing them. I don't know. But we've already got beef with him, and we actually like them as people, so we should just convince the other two that we need to get out of here.
Yeah, I think we should. Yeah, I think you're pretty much on it, Kerr. We need to get moving. We need to do something.
Want to take another shot at finding your armor, though?
Yeah, I mean, a septum in the town. Not like. What's the likelihood we're not going to be able to find a septum in this town? Filled with fucking white people.
Ask around. I mean, I'm sure we can find them. What is a septum?
From what I
Isn't that the thing like in the middle of your nose?
We fucked with one of their towers.
A septum is I guess, an ancient race that, they have, like, 7 eyes or something.
You can make a history check if you want.
Wait, I think we heard about this in the, the whole tower shenanigans. Oh, yeah.
That was the Septum's tower that we fucked around in and destroyed.
Sorry, I had a meet earlier. I think I'm a little bit buzzed.
As you guys are having this conversation with your insane perception, Shalasha, you would be able to locate Assi and A-Rod. Assie, what are you buying when they spawn?
An aubergine, eggplant, radish, and lettuce. And I also want to get a fancy salad because it's been a while since we've had proper greens. We've mostly been eating rations.
Alright, you can spend anywhere from 1 to 5 silver, depending up to you.
I'm gonna spend a gold and get both of us the best sandwiches and the best lettuce salad, sorry, and like a side to go with it, like something else to go with it, like something with a little heft. Like a sandwich with meat or something.
As you
nice
guys show up,
MLT.
they're like, someone is passing them like these really well-wrapped sandwiches, and these things are thick.
And we got salads too.
That's-
Hey guys.
Alright.
How was the trip?
I miss eating from time to time. It sounds like this, so it's just
It's delicious.
Is that an MLT? Kinda
mutton,
looks
lettuce,
good.
tomato.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know. I told him to give me the best he has.
It is an MLT. You want one?
Yeah, actually. I'm kind of hungry. Yeah, I could use a good MLT.
Alright. 2 silver.
Done.
He'll start making you your mutton, lettuce, tomato.
And you see me like stuffing a radish and like a whole head of lettuce.
You'll never believe where we've been.
Or lettuce.
Or
We-
will we?
We found the coolest little magic shop ever. It's nuts. It was nuts, man.
It's run by a man in really tight leather pants, and he
With
was
no shirt.
nothing else, just leather pants and big pipe. Like this thing was huge, and that pipe is really huge to me because I am reminder 4'8".
And we all licked a salt lick.
Make 5.
Are you? How many
Are you
fingers am I
still
holding
drunk?
up?
Two. I'm sober-ish.
Now,
Okay.
Now.
in the shop,
Oh yeah, we got blitzed.
it was bananas.
It's
Whoa.
crazy. Oh, and I got this. Click, click.
Do they
Oh,
have
and
any?
I reach into my bag. How many charges does the bag have per day?
Basically infinite.
Really?
It's just shit posts.
Yeah, it's a shit post.
Okay. I want to roll and see what I get.
Okay, I need you to roll a D100.
That's what I was planning to roll. Ooh, 55. Right in the middle.
55.
Dead center, 55, right? Oh no, 50 would be dead center.
50.
So close.
Math. It's
Well, you
hard.
pull out an entire head of lettuce.
I stuffed that in the bag of pickling. That's gonna be important later.
Now, what I will say is, only one item can exist at a time. So when you stuff that in, when you pull something out, that lettuce is going to disappear.
Okay, so only one thing that I've pulled out can exist at a time.
Yes.
What if I eat the lettuce?
Then you will get suddenly hungry immediately. Or your poop will disappear from someplace.
I would like to instead switch this lettuce with a lettuce in somebody's shop.
But as you guys are having this conversation,
Can I just switch this lettuce with somebody else's lettuce?
yeah, I mean you have expertise. Like, make a sleight of hand for me. We're just hoping for, like,
17.
with
Plus
your
9.
plus 9.
Yeah.
That's with, or is that 17
No,
plus?
that's 17 plus 9.
Oh, so
26.
easy enough for you to just kind of.
I'm like juggling a lettuce, and then suddenly I'm juggling a slightly different lettuce.
No one's the
A
wiser.
lettuce in a bag of pickling.
I think they've been drinking.
Just
I resent that.
Gonna lean in. I have no idea what the fuck is going on with them.
They obviously found a shop.
I think 75%, if not 90% of the stuff I steal is food. And then pants.
You know you can just buy food. And pants.
Where's the fun in that?
Yeah, but I haven't always been able to buy food, so it's stuck around a little bit.
Salashar, you should teach her how to hunt. Or set snares or something.
I can hunt just fine.
Mm-hmm.
As you guys are having this
Okay.
conversation, Shalashar and Arod, you guys will notice some fellow who has very nice robes. They're like, brightly embroidered with purple. They have a very large forehead, and they have what seems to be 3 eyes that goes up, and then another 2 on either side, in like the pattern of a tree, and their eyes are like bright green. And they're like looking at you guys, and they have like a big piece of paper with them. And they look at it, and they look at it again, and then they go, Shalashir.
Yes, that's me. Hello.
Yes, you. I have something for you.
That's what I was looking for.
Fantastic. Please just stop right this way. And he's going to move off to the side of the road, and he's just going to like start casting a spell, and a chest just kind of plunks in front of him. He's gonna open it up, and he's gonna start pulling out like these very nicely wrapped packages. Seems like it's like oilcloth.
It looks. And like, is it smaller than I think plate mail would look?
It's like pieces. He's pulling out one, and then another, and another, and another. He's like pulling out an entire set of plate mail, each piece individually wrapped.
Putting it on the ground. Or like any table nearby.
Oh, if you need one, he reaches in, pulls out a table, puts it out.
You need help unwrapping that? I say, already beginning to help unwrap.
AC. I don't know if you touched something that is currently affecting you, so just please let me deal with this.
I didn't touch anything
Is it shiny?
other than the salt lick.
What's a salt lick?
I pull out the salt lick and I offer it to Cole first.
Lick it.
Why?
I'm just
Because
like,
it's a salt
while
lick.
she's distracted, I'm just gonna turn to the table and just like start pulling everything out.
I'll try licking it.
Okay. Do you like?
Is it salty?
It is. It is a. It is a salt lick. This
Yeah, okay. That's salty.
Straight
I
salt.
give it a lick and then offer it to Avon.
I'll take a lick out of that, sure. Delicious.
I just throw my shoulder back into pocket space.
Alright.
It seemed like a good idea at the time.
Was it supposed to do something?
And eventually, the septon does have everything laid out on the table.
Salt lick. I was at that shop and like the smoke really gets to you. And when I licked the salt lick, I could taste stories of everybody that licked it before me. So I needed to have one.
Okay.
Put my head in my hands. Just listening to AC.
The septon is just like he like turns his head to like look at you as this conversation is going on, and then he.
Do you want to try the salt lick?
I'm just gonna start
No,
storing
that's-
the pouches in my bag.
It again. There's like an entire chest piece here. There is
Yeah, like,
a
I'm
shoulder
storing
piece.
everything
There's
I can,
another
and I'm
one.
just gonna
There's
take out
gauntlets.
our-
He's also pulled out another package that just like jingles like it's like made out of plate, as well as he pulls out like an arming jacket as well. Like this isn't something you want to just put away.
Need some help carrying some stuff?
I need a bag of holding is what I need.
You want me to take some?
Yeah, we can all divvy it up.
Look,
Like,
I don't
honestly,
care what
this-
you do with it, but I need to go. And he's gonna like close the chest and just like heaves it back into the air, and it like just like stretches impossibly long and just vanishes.
I've still got like 80 pounds that I can
You
put in my
can-
pocket space.
Keep the table if you need to keep the table, but I have places to be, things to do. This was just a favor for Zap.
I'd like to keep the table.
You got the table.
No, you never know when you could use a table.
So if there's anything else, if not, then I'm going to run along.
That's it. Thank you. Thank you for help.
How much does this all roughly weigh?
I will get you an exact number.
How close to 80 pounds is it all?
Plate is 65 pounds.
It's a bit more than that. This one is 70.
Okay.
Nah, it'll be 65. I won't fuck with you. It can be 65.
And how much is the table weigh?
It's actually not like a very nice table. It's like just like something that you probably would have stolen if you were able to. So it'll be like, you know, a 10-pound table, maybe.
Yeah,
Like, this thing's like, it's almost rickety.
I don't swipe everything off the table into pocket space, but it looks like I'm just gonna throw it onto the floor.
You're just like, and it's just gone.
And then I flip the table into pocket space, like I flip it forward. And it just disappears.
Table flip.
And as I do that, just a single copper bell just goes flying out and I catch it. We are at capacity. Let's go back to the inn.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, I suppose. Just need to find an eraser because this eraser sucks.
Alright, so you guys arrive back at Spoke Me Timber's Inn. Still, you know, it is now getting a little bit later in the night. Doesn't seem like anything's changed. There's still just drunk people lining the walls. There's a couple more people that have like passed out. Like, there's a few people that were here when Arod arrived. They're still here, but their posture has slooped more.
I want to just get up to our room and take this all out and hand it over because I'm at capacity.
Okay. Shalashar, do you want to know what your new set of armor looks like?
Yes.
The thing you paid for. Alright. The plate mail is made out of blackened steel that has been varnished with brass near the edges, so the colors change from black to brass the closer you get to the edge. The top of the cuirass is engraved with two angular faces, each facing one another. One has a blindfold and the other is gagged. Their hair flows into the brass rim. The left pauldron is oversized and has the appearance of your stoic black mask. The other one is lined with inch-long spikes. There is an elven saying that winds its way through these spikes. Spina menorum panim theo nastrim. It roughly translates from Elven to the thorns of our ancestors protects our descendants. The gauntlets are similar in appearance. The top of the bracers are brass that they turn to black, and there's almost like a mirror that has a symbol of juxta. The actual symbol of juxta, a giant circle with 13 smaller circles inside that spiral towards the inside. Written around this circle is another elven saying, Primna oblivium navisa disnir. First to be forgotten, last to be discounted. The fingers of your gauntlets are also all brass in appearance. The chassis, the legs, they're layers of black steel plates that are faintly burnished with brass around the edges as well. If you were to move them, the brass would overlap with each other. Each of these are faintly engraved with flowing patterns that are cut through with angular lines.
That's fucking gorgeous.
And I can send you the description as well if you want it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, please.
But that is your full set of custom plate, complete with juxta symbols.
I'm unloading this onto like the little cart in the room.
But there is no helmet with it.
No helmet.
You're welcome for carrying all of this shit.
Sorry. Thank you for your help. I'm missing a helmet. And I'll start just like rummaging around in my bed.
Didn't you already get a helmet from the guy, and then you went back for this?
No, I got the mask. I got the dress clothes.
You have a helmet already. Pretty
Yeah, just so.
This armor is clearly made to match the helmet you already have, and I like wave the Peldron at you with the.
Yeah, it's just it's not thing to leave out, like no note, no anything. Well, I'm gonna sit down on the floor and I'm gonna start dismantling all my splint and take it off my robes.
You want any help?
But it did also, even though it's not mentioned, it does come with its own arming jacket that you're gonna fix the plates to. This thing again is black in appearance, but each of the the leather straps that you attach to the armor, they're all brass in appearance. And then there's also like a black chainmail thing that can cover it here and there, and it also is all ringed in brass. So you will have a complete black and gold motif wearing this fucking thing.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I'll actually start taking apart my all my splint, and I'll take my cowl and my cloak, and I'll start affixing all the plate mail to it.
Cool.
Yeah, if you have an extra pair of hands, if you're not busy, I wouldn't mind. This thing is going to be a pain in the ass to assemble.
I mean, the only other thing I was gonna do was play with my beaver and get my rocks off.
This is also the first time you guys see Shalasha as just a complete, well, I guess second time you see him as a complete skeleton, because he did completely strip off before.
You put baby in the corner.
As you're doing this, Shalasha, there's one other thing that you'll notice that you haven't looked at for a while, but now that you're taking everything off, your scroll is also glowing.
I'll kind of like turn to the side and I'll pull it out.
It's just prompting you for updates as to what you've been doing.
I'll quickly jot down working for local
You need a
political. Yes, I would like a table.
I pull out the rickety walling table.
This is going to be a thing now, isn't it?
Oh yes.
All right. I'm going to jot down working for local political player, dealing with rumors of Fey seepage in Black Hollow is to the west, sorry?
It is along the east coast. The
Fey
farthest
seepage.
west you've been is Fey Pond.
Dealing with potential Fey seepage. Something about winter season Fey realm. What else? Just kind of like, just start tapping myself on the skull, and it's just like this dull, bony echoing. Took out potential orc uprising.
That was me.
Yeah, I'm just jotting it down, so I'm not saying it verbally. Druid with illusions of grandeur. And I'll just kind of like give it a little quick scribble of just like, kind of just like completing it.
Cool.
Sending that.
And David, you'll notice as he finishes writing, it like disappears.
Okay.
Everything you pen just.
I'll kind of like roll it up and stuff it back inside my ribcage.
While he's doing this, I'm gonna be like, "Hey Cole, you want to help me with something?"
What? Exactly.
I'm gonna put my beaver in. I'm gonna hand you my beaver.
I hate how you say that.
I'm gonna put my beaver right there in your hands,
Okay.
and I'm gonna
This is
get you to help with the ritual to transform my beaver into something else. What animal are you thinking of when you're holding my beaver?
Please stop.
What? I don't get it. What's so funny?
Why is it so hairy?
I never shaved my beaver.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a fan of shaving, as you can see.
What's a platypus? I've never seen one of those.
I have no idea, but I can't do that because I've never seen one either. But if we ever see one, it's added to the list. Personally, I like the owl a lot. Like Dottie, she's really good at as an owl. Cats are cool too. You know, they're not bad.
Fuck you. Cats are great.
Can you turn it into?
I can turn it into like anything I've seen, or like a small.
So.
Turn it into a small dog, medium-sized dog.
So you can turn it into a small me?
I don't think I could do a small you, but I could.
You could try.
I don't think Assie would have seen any types of lizards.
You can try and I'll tell you what happens.
She's lived in like forests and such. If anything, like it would be like a small lizard, right?
You can try, I'll tell you what happens.
Okay, like she thinks of the one lizard she remembers seeing.
Me?
Like not like
Apparently I'm a lizard. That's what people think. Come on,
most people have
experiment
always
with
been
that.
amazing.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, sure. Okay. I'm gonna use up I'm gonna use up some of my expensive incense and turn her into what I think would be the closest thing to a familiar version of coal.
Alright. It will indeed just be like a...
Like a gecko.
No, it is what you end up with is like a... You know a Jesus lizard?
No.
It's like those lizards that can like run on water, so they're like can run bipedal. Is one of those things, but bred, you know, and a bit scalier than you would imagine. But it does walk around like a Jesus lizard because it's trying to be bipedal like Cole. And it has the very, very long whippy tail.
And it's bright red.
Yes.
Oh, they got some funky things going on with like that little like frill along the spine.
Yes.
Yeah, they do. They're kind of cool looking. Yeah, that does
How
not
big
look
is
like me.
how big is Dottie at the moment? Like she's like a foot tall?
Yeah, it's a foot tall Jesus lizard.
A foot tall bright red Jesus lizard. Awesome, I love this.
You get like a wash basin and like wrap it around its waist with rope. It's pretty similar.
I have Dottie like wrap herself around me like a fucking bandolier of lizard.
Alright, but this is probably where we're going to end today's episode, as this seems like a good place. We're coming to a close here, so we will be picking it up next week. Sound good, everyone?
Yep.
Alright, it's been fun. Thank you guys for joining us, and we will see you next time. Until then, hope you have a good day. Bye-bye.